Well, hello peeps, how are you today? We've talked about a few things today. Something that I don't usually talk about, and I've got my own, well, not my problems, my missus' problem, and the state, really, because it's a bit too dry at the moment. Gotta say, the last week it hasn't rained anything over here. And it seems to be just in this little area, because we got a bit of ground in another area over Devil's Bridge Way, and it's perfect over there. Plenty of water, plenty of grass. But at home, let me just switch you around. I don't know if you can see that. All the fields in my area around here are brown. Next door neighbours are the same. No grass growing at all. It's actually burning the grass off. The brook has stopped about halfway down the farm, so thankfully we got a borehole, and I've put some places with some hose pipes so the tups and the rest of the animals can drink there properly. But never usually gets quite bad. We had this like this during lockdown, the first year of lockdown. It was really dry like this, but it never quite affected the fields like it has now. So a lot of less growth of grass, and I've actually put a bale out for the house, to be fair. Now this is going to affect farming a lot, because there's going to be a lot of farmers short of fodder for the winter time and things. Thankfully here we got enough. It's not the best quality, but it's enough for, like I said the other day. But there'll be lots of farms with having 3 or 4 cuts of silage for cattle and things like that all over the country are going to be in a terrible state. I think there's going to be lots of trouble this year during the autumn and winter time for farmers, because you won't be able to buy the stuff. The hay and silage will be at stupid prices. That's what always happens, and the straw and things like that. There's a big machinery dealer around our way gone bankrupt, gone into administration. So farm machinery dealer, I think, is, like I said the other day, I think there's loads and loads of things like that is going to happen. Very tight on me myself at the moment. Got to be honest with you, thank God I paid that mortgage off, because I'd have been I'm struggling now. I'd have been really struggling otherwise. That was a godsend, absolute godsend. So, because I lambed later this year than usual, just to give the ewes a rest. We usually do it here because we got pole Dorsets, where they lamb, sort of a continuous thing throughout the year, where they have it sounds a bit weird, but they have 2.5 lambings per 2 years. So they have 3, so they basically have 1.5 lambings per year. And so that's how we usually do it. But the last couple of years we gave them a bit of a rest from that, because it was taking it out of the house a bit. And I am glad I've done that this year, because the weather's been so dry. But I quite enjoyed that. I don't know why, because it was like a continuous cycle. And then you always had lambs from early on ready to go to the market. But because I lambed later this year, March, they're not going to be ready, not till the end of the month, I don't think, at least. So, well, they're not very old, are they? They're only 4 or 5 months old, aren't they? So, there's that. But there's also another thing that's going on in my life at the moment. I have mentioned it a little bit. I don't like to mention it much, because this channel is for me and my ramblings a lot of the time. But my missus, who I've been with for 25, nearly 30 years now, she got a cancer scare a while back and had to have an operation, and now she's having to have chemotherapy this next couple of weeks. So that is a bit of a bugger indeed. I try to keep very positive about things. I know I do my in-depth things, so from the next month onwards, I'll try my best to keep all the videos up and try and keep positive, because that's the kind of person I am. I'm like that to my missus anyway, so I'm one of these people, the glass is always half full, so you've got to look on the positive side of things. So, but she's going through that. In 2 weeks we're starting, so that's not going to be very nice. But there we are. That's how life is, isn't it? You know, it wasn't that long ago I had my eye operations that were similar. So so she's just got over this operation that she's had, and we went back in the other day, and we had she'd still got some kind of what's called in her blood, even though she hasn't got cancer. They want to do this treatment to make sure she doesn't get it. And I got to be honest with you, part of me has said to her, I think you should wait for 6 months or a couple of months to see if you have got anything first. But if I was in that position myself, that's what I'd do. But I would never tell anybody else what to do with these things. It's everybody else's decision. It's an individual decision, isn't it? And so I'm going to stick with her whatever she does. So I think she's going to go ahead with it. So she's going to have 4 bouts of this chemotherapy. So it's not going to be very good, I don't think. But there we are. So that's a bit of a downer for the end of this video. Yes. So in the next few weeks, while we go through this, I won't mention it anymore. And I'm not going to document it on here. I just wanted to say, if you do see me going off thing, it'll probably be because I'm a bit worried about that. Okay? But I'm going to try my best to keep up my normal videos, because that's the kind of person I am. And I like to try and look on the positive side of things. So that's it. Okay? So there's no sense of being negative about stuff. It only makes you worse, doesn't it? So there we are. I left it on a bit of a down note this time. Like I tell you, I'm one of these people. I'm not trying to tell you stuff. I'm one of the few farming YouTubers who does a bit of everything. I don't hide anything from anybody. Never have. I'm not a rich person. I'm rich in life. There's an old saying that says, somebody asks you, are you rich? And I would go, what do you mean by rich? Now, I'm rich in life because I got a lot of people I love, and I got a lot of really good friends that I like. I love my farm. I absolutely love being a farmer. Even though I got bad eyesight, I love my life. So I'm rich in life and everything. So that's how I look at things. Now, I've seen a lot of people who are always chasing money and chasing the buck and always wanting more, and they're some of the most unhappy people ever. I'm not like that. So we'll leave it like that for now. So onwards and upwards. I just thought I'd say that because some of the people that watch this are my friends, and they might want to know what's going on. Like I said, I don't really mention anybody else on my channel because it's my own thing. So there we are. Look after yourself. All the best. Gaz.